You know that feeling when you're sitting at your desk, staring at your to do list, and you think, I'll start once I feel motivated. And then suddenly, 2 hours have passed. You've scrolled through half of Instagram, watched 3 random YouTube videos about penguins, and still nothing is done. We treat motivation like it's the magical spark that will suddenly appear and push us into the action. But here's the truth, if you keep waiting for motivation, you'll be waiting for a very long time. The real problem isn't that you lack motivation, it's that you have made it the main driver of your life. And that's dangerous because motivation, it's like weather, it changes without warning. Some days it's sunny and perfect, other days it's storm and you can't control it. So what happens when it's one of these stormy days? You stop, you procrastinate, and then you feel guilty, which makes it even harder to start the next day, and the cycle continues. The first step is breaking the dependency on motivation, is to realize that action creates motivation, not the other way around. Think about it, the times you felt the most driven weren't because you sat around waiting for inspiration to strike. It was because you started doing something, even if you didn't like it, and somewhere along the way the energy kicked in. The hardest part is always starting, not continuing. So instead of asking yourself, do I feel motivated to do this? Start asking, what's the smallest possible action if I can take right now? If you're dreading writing a report, you just open your laptop and write one sentence. If you are putting off studying, just read the first paragraph of your textbook. Sounds ridiculously small, right? But here's the secret. Your brain doesn't care about massive leaps, it just needs a signal that you have started. Once you do, it's way easier to keep going. But here's where most people go wrong. They wait until they feel ready. Let me break it to you. You're never going to feel ready. The brain is wired to conserve energy, avoid discomfort, and keep you in your comfort zone. That's why starting feels like pushing a car uphill. You think you need motivation, you push, but what you actually need is discipline. Discipline is the ability to show up whether you feel like it or not, and the more you train this muscle, the lesser you depend on motivation. The one way to build discipline is to create non negotiable routines. For example, if you have decided you're going to work on your side project every day at 7 pm, then you do it no matter what. No bargaining, no I'll just do it tomorrow. Imagine brushing your teeth. You don't wait until you're motivated to brush, right? You just do it. That's how your important habit should feel, automatic, not emotional. Another powerful shift is to stop focusing on outcome and start focusing on the process. Motivation often spikes when you imagine the end result, a fit body, a successful business, a finished novel. But those results take time, and motivation fades when you don't see the progress fast enough. Instead, attach your satisfaction to showing up. Did you write 30 minutes today? That's a win. Did you go for 10-minute run? That's a win. The more you train your brain to value the process, the less you care about motivation, that it shows up or not. Now here's something nobody tells you. Low motivation days are normal. They're not a sign that you're lazy or unbroken. They're just part of being human. The problem is when you give them too much power instead of saying, I'm not motivated today, so I won't do anything. Flip it to, I'm not motivated today, so I'll just do what the bare minimum is. That's the way you maintain momentum, and tomorrow it's much easier to bounce back. And don't underestimate the role of environment. If your phone is buzzing constantly with notification, if your desk is buried under clutter, if you are trying to work while Netflix is playing in the background, you're making it 10 times harder to rely on discipline. Design your space so the path to action is as frictionless as possible. Keep your study materials ready the night before. Put your phone in another room. Make starting so easy that even motivation doesn't even enter the conversation. Final piece is identify. Stop telling yourself, I'm someone who struggles with motivation. Your brain listens to the stories you tell it. If you see yourself as someone who shows up no matter what, and your actions then will follow. Start small. Prove to yourself over and over that you can follow through even on the days you feel like doing nothing. That's how you build that kind of consistency and outlast motivation. Because here's the truth, motivation is nice when it's there, But it's terrible foundation for success. If you really want to achieve your goals, you can't wait for perfect mood, perfect timing, or the perfect burst of energy. You act first. You let motivation to catch up, and before you know it, you look back and realize you didn't need it as much as you thought.